Sophia and Leo were on their way to the hotel, where Leo would be staying for a while before Sophia found an apartment for him. The city's skyline shimmered in the late afternoon sun, casting long shadows on the streets below. Sophia would have loved him to stay with her and her twins, but she knew that wouldn't be professional. She had to maintain boundaries, even if Leo had become one of the few people she truly trusted. As Sophia drove through the bustling city streets, they discussed the impressive deals Leo had closed in Spain while helping Sophia manage her workload from afar. "Honestly, Leo, I don't know what I would have done without you," Sophia said, glancing at him with genuine gratitude. "Handling those clients, especially the ones in Spain, while I was gone. It's remarkable how you managed everything." Leo smiled, his eyes crinkling at the corners. "It was nothing, really. I enjoyed it, and it was a good distraction. Plus, knowing I was helping you made it worth it." Sophia nodded, a warmth spreading through her chest and softening her features. Despite everything that had happened to her in the past, which had shaken her trust in people, Leo was different. He had proven himself time and time again. She knew she could rely on him without hesitation. "I don't say this often, Leo, but you've really earned my trust," she admitted, her voice tender. "After everything, it's not easy for me to trust people." Leo's expression softened, his eyes conveying understanding. "I understand, Sophia, and I'll never take that trust for granted. You mean a lot to me, both as a boss and as a friend." A comfortable silence settled between them. As they continued driving, as they neared the hotel, Sophia's stomach growled audibly, breaking the silence. She laughed, slightly embarrassed, her cheeks tinged with a hint of pink. "Seems like my stomach has other plans. How about we grab some lunch before I drop you off?" "Sounds like a plan." "I could eat," Leo replied, his chuckle warm and inviting. Sophia decided on an upscale restaurant she had heard great things about. As she was about to turn towards the restaurant, her phone rang. It was Emily. "Hey, Sophia. I just finished work for the day, and I'm thinking about grabbing a bite to eat. Are you free?" A smile spread across Sophia's face. "Actually, Emily, I'm on my way to get lunch with Leo. Why don't you join us? I'll swing by your office to pick you up." "That sounds perfect." "See you in a bit," Emily replied enthusiastically. Sophia ended the call and turned to Leo. "You're about to meet my best friend, Emily. She's amazing, and I'm sure you two will get along great. But mind you, she's kinda goofy." Leo raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "I've heard a lot about her. Can't wait to finally meet her." As Sophia and Leo pulled up to Emily's office, the tall glass building glimmered in the waning sunlight. Emily stood outside, her stylish work attire catching the light just right. She waved enthusiastically, her smile brightening as she spotted Sophia's car approaching. "Hi, baby girl," Emily shouted as she slipped into the back seat, her energy filling the car. She immediately noticed the fine, handsome man in the front seat. With a teasing grin, she asked, "So who's this fine-looking man?" Sophia couldn't help but laugh, shaking her head at Emily's playfulness. "Emily, you know exactly who he is," she said, starting the car again. "But for formality's sake, Emily, this is Leo. Leo, this is Emily, my wonderful and spectacular best friend." Leo turned around in his seat to shake Emily's hand. "It's nice to finally meet you, Emily. Sophia talks about you all the time." Emily chuckled, her eyes twinkling with mischief as she gave Sophia a playful nudge. "Oh, I've heard a lot about you too, Leo. Mostly good things. Don't worry." Sophia smiled, her eyes focused on the road as she navigated through the traffic. "Only good things," she echoed. As they drove to the restaurant, the car was filled with light-hearted banter and laughter. Emily's vibrant personality shone through as she kept the conversation lively, asking Leo about his trip to Spain and sharing funny stories about her and Sophia's adventures. "Spain sounds amazing," Emily said, her eyes widening in excitement. "Did you try the local cuisine?" "I've always wanted to go there just for the food." Leo nodded, smiling warmly. "Yes, the food was incredible, and the people were so warm and welcoming. It was a great experience overall." Sophia glanced at Leo and Emily, feeling a wave of contentment. It was a rare moment of tranquility and joy. The cityscape passed by, bathed in the golden hues of the setting sun, creating a picturesque backdrop for their journey. When they arrived at the restaurant, a chic, a high-end place with a modern interior, they were greeted by the maitre d' and quickly shown to a table by the window. The view of the city was stunning, the lights twinkling like stars against the twilight sky. "This place is amazing," Emily said, looking around in awe. "How did you find it?" "I've heard a lot about it and thought it to be a good place for us to unwind," Sophia replied, taking a seat and adjusting her napkin on her lap. "I'm glad we could all get together." They ordered their meals and settled into an easy conversation, talking about work, life, and everything in between. Leo recounted his experiences in Spain, sharing amusing anecdotes about the cultural differences and the people he met. "You should have seen their faces when I tried to speak Spanish," Leo said, laughing heartily. "It was a disaster, but we managed to communicate somehow." Emily sipped her juice, chuckling. "I can only imagine." "But you did great with the deals, Leo. Sophia couldn't stop singing your praises." Sophia nodded in agreement, a soft smile playing on her lips. "He really did. I don't know what I'd do without him." As their meals arrived, the conversation shifted to lighter topics. They talked about future plans, dreams, and even shared a few jokes. The food was as exquisite as the ambience, and Sophia felt a rare sense of peace and happiness. "Try this," Leo said, offering Emily a taste of his dish. "It's phenomenal." Emily took a bite, her eyes widening in appreciation. "Wow, this is amazing. You have to try mine too," she said, sliding her plate towards him. Emily and Leo were getting along so well that Sophia couldn't help but give her friend a side-eye. Emily was laughing so hard at anything Leo said. For a moment, there Sophia thought she was doing too much, and she knew her friend so well. She could bet that Emily had fallen for her personal assistant. A call came through on Leo's phone, and he excused himself to pick it up, stepping a few feet away from the table. As soon as Leo was out of earshot, Sophia turned to Emily with a teasing smile. "Girl, what has gotten into you? You've been laughing like you took laughing gas." Emily hit her friend on the shoulder playfully, moving closer and lowering her voice conspiratorially. "Sophia, you didn't tell me Leo was hot. Damn, he looks like he just got out of a lava. He's smoking hot." Sophia knocked Emily lightly on the head, laughing. "Hold up a second, Emily. I didn't introduce my PA to you so that you could fall for him." Emily rolled her eyes dramatically, grinning. "Too late, babe. You should have warned me. The man is a total snack." Sophia shook her head, still laughing. "Emily, you're impossible. But seriously, keep it professional. I need him to be focused." Emily winked, her grin widening. "Don't worry, I can admire from a distance, but you can't blame a girl for appreciating fine art." Sophia leaned in, her tone dropping to a whisper. "Just remember, He's here for work, and I don't want any distractions. Emily held up her hands in mock surrender. Scout's honor, I'll behave. But can you blame me? He's charming, funny, and looks like he walked out of a GQ magazine. Sophia sighed, shaking her head, but smiling nonetheless. I guess I can't blame you, but keep it in check, okay? Leo returned, slipping his phone back into his pocket as he took his seat. Sorry about that. I just had to take care of something quickly. Emily leaned forward from the back seat, her voice teasing as she addressed Leo. No problem at all, Leo. Now, let's go back to talking about you. I must say you're a hilarious guy, she flirted, winking mischievously at him. Leo chuckled softly, a faint blush coloring his cheeks as he shifted uncomfortably in his seat, adjusting his posture. Thanks, Emily. I'm glad you think so. Sophia couldn't help but suppress a laugh at the exchange, shaking her head fondly. She reached into her Chanel bag beside her, retrieving her laptop. Despite knowing Emily's playful nature, she anticipated that her friend's teasing would both amuse and mildly discomfort Leo. Honestly, Emily, you're going to make poor Leo blush, Sophia remarked, her tone light and amused as she glanced briefly at them while keeping her eyes on the road. He's not used to such direct compliments, Sophia remarked, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. Emily grinned, her eyes twinkling with amusement. Oh, come on, Sophia. A little flirting never hurts anyone, she teased, leaning back into her seat with a casual grace. Besides, Leo here can handle it, can't you? Leo nodded, his smile genuine, despite the faint blush creeping up his cheeks. Of course, Emily. I appreciate the compliment. Sophia chuckled softly, turning her attention back to the road as they neared the restaurant. Just don't distract him too much, Emily. We've got work to discuss too. Emily rolled her eyes playfully, her eyes sparkling with humor. I promise, I'll behave. Mostly, she added with a mischievous wink. Meanwhile, across town, Adriana and Michael were stepping out of a sleek, black car in front of an upscale restaurant. The idea of discussing their surrogacy plans over an elegant dinner was Adriana's. She believed the ambience would help ease the seriousness of their conversation. As they walked through the grand entrance, neither of them had any idea they were entering the same restaurant where Sophia and her friends were headed. Unbeknownst to Adriana, her seemingly perfect plan was about to lead to something else. The stage was set, and the drama was ready to unfold.